Hi, my name's Craig Cox. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Christchurch and I've been racing ATVs since I was 4 years old. ATV stands for all-terrain vehicle. This bike is a race model 450cc imported from the States, and I race it in the production senior class. These racing bikes are a bit different from farm bikes because they're designed for going fast and for doing jumps. I race in the production class, so I can't make any changes to the engine, but things I have changed to this bike is handlebars. Put some flexible handlebars on there which absorb some of the shock over the bumps. Racing tyres on here which we imported from the States. Aftermarket exhaust which gives it more power coming out of the corners and down the straights. Widened the back end to give it more stability around corners which stops it from tipping up. ATV racing involves racing on many different types of tracks. There is TT, which is a flat track, TT Across, which is a hilly track with a few jumps, and then there's full motocross tracks like this one. This track is McKnight's property in Pleasant Point. It is my favourite track to practice on because it has lots of big jumps and is very challenging. I enjoy racing ATVs because of the adrenaline rush. I like going fast, I also like being challenged, and it is a very competitive sport. Motocross racing is a very dangerous sport, but riding in the right environments with the right safety gear, it can be safe. I wear boots which come up high to protect from the heat of the exhaust, knee pads for knocking on the tank and handlebars, kidney belt which helps with posture while riding, gloves which protect from stones and dirt flying at your hands, a helmet, which is pretty obvious, goggles which just protect your eyes and face. My inspiration and mentor for ATV racing is Erin Simpson. He has been New Zealand #1 for many years. He has travelled around the world in Australia and America to race. He is also a great ambassador for the sport. In recent years, I've won numerous club events. I've also placed in South Island and New Zealand titles. Recently I had the New Zealand champs on this track here, but after crashing and snapping some bolts holding my bike together, I finished 4th overall. When people do crash, it's usually quite serious. I have been quite fortunate though, and I've never had a major injury in this sport. My goal is to become New Zealand #1 in the Premier class. That's the pros of New Zealand, and they get to race on fully modified bikes with all the extras. After that, I'd like to move to America and race in the American circuit for a few years. ATV racing is a very little known sport. I started by going down and joining my local club. I advise anyone else who's keen to do the same. As long as you're wearing the right safety gear and doing everything properly, it is a good adrenaline rush.